What is that the third time I've pressed the wrong button? I can't believe it. Alright. Here we are. Here I am. I'm so stoked. I feel like I'm kind of struck gold with my creative process here. Okay. Last we left off, I was talking a little bit about... Let me actually check the audio really quick. Hang on. That seems fine. I'm loud enough. Just my headphones I turned up. I have my headphones I set to like 70 when I mix for videos, and I'm not used to having to switch it back and forth. Daily use, you set it to like 20, right? Because everyone cranks the shit out of their audio on their videos. So, last I left off with campaign prep. I'm so excited about campaign prep, dude. I'm having a great time. I was editing a few magic items that I'm planning on giving my players for this Heroes of Draghill campaign. Now, if you're part of this campaign, don't watch this. Big spoilers. Okay? There we go. Good. Great. So this might take a little bit of backstory for you to understand. In the last... The prelude campaign for this, my brother's character, Hank, managed to convince me that he could get a really cool sword, and it was really cool. It was called Living Flame Soul. It let him summon a pseudo-dragon familiar. It dealt like fire damage and crazy extra damage to dragons. It was a beast. He was a sorcerer, so I wasn't like, this is gonna break the game, right? You only get one attack, so it's fair. I also don't know why he picked Sorcerer if he wanted to fight with a sword. But that's not my decision, so whatever. Then, they go to a different dimension. They do multi-dimensional travel. Not multi-planar travel, multi-dimensional travel. And I'm like, well, alright, we gotta change the rules of the game up a little bit, because if you use the same one magic item for a whole campaign, you're gonna get a little bored. So, he changed his class from Sorcerer to... Dragon Rider, which is... Hang on. Oh, I just ran into the microphone. This is not an ad. I'm not being paid to say this. I just really like this book. There's a book called The Game Master's Book of Legendary Dragons, and it comes with a whole lot of legendary dragons. I don't know. I am... so stoked about this book because there's not just legendary dragons, which is what's on the cover. There are like a ton of stat blocks for like minions and all this stuff, as well as a new class called Dragon Rider. Dragon Rider. Oh my gosh. What's up? And part of this book that comes with this class is all like rules for aerial combat and stuff. I'm just so stoked on it. So he picked that, and I'm like, let's change up the weapon a little bit. So in session 1, he'll probably use this, which is a dormant version of the sword he had before. This is basically just the dragon slaying sword. That's in, I think, the DMG. Not quite the same theme, but sure. So this is like, you go in a new place, the magic doesn't quite work the same, you're no longer a sorcerer. And then once he does a few things to unlock it, this is the weapon he'll get, which is called a Dragon Tuner. It is a weapon that, instead of requiring attunement, requires soul binding. Now, soul binding, I wrote some rules for this, and those rules are here. Okay. Soul binding only applies to items that require soul binding. Items that simply require attunement can't be soul bound. This might be too strong. I'll see how the mechanics actually work when I play this, or when they play this. So same rules for actually soul binding, attunement, right? It eats an attunement slot, and after the binding rate is completed, they can't be unattuned, so it's permanently attached to you. unless the magic item is entirely destroyed and his magic is dissipated via ritual. So you can't like unattune from an item and give it to someone else. If you want to take it off, it's gone. But in exchange for having a magic item that's permanently equipped and permanently eats an attunement slot, you get some big bonuses. One, you retain any passive bonuses and abilities that don't require that item when it's unequipped or not in your possession, so long as you're on the same plane of existence as the item. So he's got his dragon tuner sword, and he drops it in a swamp, can't find it. He still gets the passive abilities that sword would have granted him. You always know the approximate location within a mile, as long as you're on the same plane of existence. Otherwise, you know what plane of existence it's on. So if they go to Avernus and they drop the sword, and then they leave, they'll know it's on Avernus, but not where. That's to keep them from just like teleporting to Avernus, the exact spot, picking it out of a lava pit, and then fucking off. Which would be funny. There's a whole lot of implications of how magic would work if you did this. Like, it's very specific. You need to destroy it and dissipate the magic. So if I had a magical item that like made me immortal or something, and this might actually be a good campaign hook, and I broke it up and I dispersed it over multiple planes, I would be basically unkillable, which is a good idea for a campaign. So I guess that's, you know, good flavor. Okay. If you're a player in this campaign, there's going to be a serious spoiler coming up. So, don't watch this, okay? Cool. See where it says DM's eyes only? I'm letting the people on YouTube behind the curtain. So this item levels up like players do, except it takes half XP. And it only gains XP on certain conditions. To be frank, if you're doing this in your game, this is way more work than just giving them regular magic items. This is going to be so much work on the back end to make this system actually function. They're lucky I'm as engaged as I am with the game. Alright. Once soulbound, this item levels with each draconic enemy killed. This is his gimmick, right? He's the dragon guy. He's playing a half-orc, but whatever. He wanted to pick the draconic sorcerer. His whole thing is you've got draconic blood. We'll go with it. It's cool. So this levels up. I've not written all of the abilities because, frankly, I don't really need to write past level 10 for over a year. They're not going to get this far. There's a good chance the campaign ends before you ever get this item to level 10, so why write that far in advance? I'll probably get this to like level 8, and then leave it, you know? But I will describe this because this is very cool. The first one, the first of these abilities, I'm kind of trying to theme them, similar. I've got two items like this. One is called Homeward Bound, and the other is the Dragon Tuner, right? So the first one, the Dragon Tuner alerts you to the presence of nearby dragons and alerts them to your presence. So you can imagine what nearby is, what these words are a little bit vague, for my sake. Because I don't need to track every dragon in a continent full of dragons to be like, they're within 1 mile of you. This allows me to be like, okay, anywhere that this guy goes, if we roll for a random table and there's a dragon on the table, it's twice as likely to show up as it was before, you know? Stuff like that. Level 2, weapons, melee attacks deal an additional 1d4 poison damage. He switched. He wants to do Poison Dragon now. That's fine. We can say that the Multiversal Travel edited his fire magic into poison magic, and that's chill. He's also playing a Dragon Rider with the Obsidian Dragon companion, so this is all on theme now. Level 3, when you hit a draconic creature with this weapon, you may have that creature shed 10 foot of den light for 1 minute. This is the theme. Level 3 does not do a lot. It's kind of just a little bit of flavor, maybe some utility in really niche cases. And then level 4 is where it starts getting a little bit like we're adding on more than you would have got before. This is where things start to really make a big difference with these types of weapons. You may use your weapon to make the following attack, which is called Acid Bolt. I think this is from an old version of the game. Maybe Acid Bolt is in 5e, I don't know. I edited it a little bit. I stole most of the wording directly. I changed the range a little bit. Just to try and keep things close, because this character can already ride a dragon. And then if you give them the ability to shoot from long distance, they just become a sniper. And if your sniper can ride a dragon, you are so fucked. What are you gonna do? And then you also get additional bolts. I might change the wording or the level here a little bit. Maybe this shouldn't give you 5 bolts at level 20, but if you're at level 20 and you're using your Acid Bolt attack, you're kind of at the end. You're kind of at the end, you know? Yeah. I feel like this is kind of within... Maybe this should be a twice per short rest or something to keep it at least a little bit balanced. So, we'll see. In fact, I actually like that. There we go. Twice per short rest, you may conjure a bolt of solidified acid. Sure. Cool. And then level 5, I've not gotten that far yet. It took me like... The level 4, level 1, and level 2 abilities I came up with immediately. Level 3 took me like 10 hours of just thinking while doing other stuff to figure out what this could possibly be. Like, what would you do with a sword that would be kind of useless? And this is what I came up with. So, now we've got Homeward Bound. This is a compass. I'm basing this off of the, not poneglyph. What is the other thing from One Piece? The log pose. So these are like the permanent log poses, that they get. That's like 2 pieces of wood with like a frame and then a globe of glass in the middle with a compass. Right. So this one's a little bit different. It's not just a sword that deals extra damage to dragons. This one can transform. That's the gimmick of this item. So you speak a command word and it, you know, for lack of a better word, shapeshifts, right? Into also, if you play this character, definitely don't look at this one. Okay, cool. There we go. And it can transform into any weapon you're proficient with. The gimmick, or not gimmick, a little bit of balancing, right? You do as a bonus action. So if you want it to go from being a great axe, which is this character's proficient in great axes, to a dagger, which they're also proficient in, they're the barbarian, right? You have to spend 2 bonus actions to do that. Back into a compass and then into something else. And I plan on one of the later abilities being you get to say a word and it transforms directly into whatever form you want. So like ease of use stuff. And then this was where things get a little complicated. This item levels up based on locations you visit, not based on the enemies you kill. I had this idea that was like, let's encourage the players to do all of the things you should do in a campaign. So this item encourages you to explore new places. The Dragon Tuner encourages you to hunt and kill enemies. And then this item, the Orbital Socket, this is not a soulbound item, but you can insert magical eyes into the socket, and you get to like do special things with them. So you get to open portals to specific places, or you get to cast spells you wouldn't have access to otherwise, or you get to cast like bonkers banana versions of spells you already have, things like that. And so this is the item where it's like encourage the players to go loot everything, to go like explore, look for treasure, that sort of thing. And then their actual leveling is just milestone. So I think I've set up all of the carrots to be like go places, kill stuff, look for treasure, follow the story. Because in regular D&D now, everything is narratively focused milestone, so just follow the story, and that doesn't encourage players to be really creative at all. It's like that encourages players to just listen to what the DM says and go along with it, which is not what I want. I'm hoping to generate autonomy. Okay. I think I did a good job of explaining that. Now, what I want to do today, I've actually got a few things. One of them is not campaign prep for this campaign at all. I bought a new DM screen a while back, because I realized that normal DM screens, listen, I'm not the tallest guy on the planet, but normal DM screens are just too damn tall. I can't see the table. I can't see the board. I can't see the people I'm trying to like talk to. It's really isolating when you get stuck behind the DM screen. And that's not what I'm here for. I don't want to have to stand up to like see the mini that's right behind the screen. So I bought a short DM screen. This thing is, do I have a measuring stick? A ruler? Hang on. Please hold. Okay, I'm back. This DM screen is in freedom units. Oh, it's very dark in here. It's like, it's 7 3/8 inches tall. No, 6 3/4 inches tall. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my brain. So it's quite short. It's much shorter than like a standard sheet of paper. My problem is, I don't have notes. I don't have anything to put in this for this game. So I've got Pirate Borg, because that's the first the first session I ran with this damn screen. But now I need it to change to be D&D. You feel me? Alright. So part of what I need to do hang on, I'm looking up a website. Please hold. This is paint. That's VS Code. Oh, it's up at the top. There we go. Wait, OBS is really not fantastic for like on the fly changes. Okay. Why is it at the bottom? Why are you at the bottom? Why is this? What was I even moving? You be not at the bottom, please. Please. There we go. Cool. Good enough. This is a website called Home Brewery. No, I just played that song. Home brewery allows you to make custom formatted D&D type stuff. So imagine taking everything from Obsidian and porting it over into an actual D&D like stat blocks. Now there are stat blocks, don't get me wrong. If we look at like who are the people here? We look at Jason Hagens. You know, we can see all of his attacks and things. But I need something that allows me to make custom templated items, right? Because something like this, or something like this, you can't just run a regular templated item. It'll be too confusing. It'll be like, I don't know how I can explain this, right? Up here it'll say the name, and it'll have an ability here, and then it'll be like a really long line of text that's like, you got this at this level, and this at this level, and this format of item does not work in D&D Beyond, which is what I'd prefer. So, what can I do about that? I don't know. But I'm hoping home brewery, not an ad, not sponsored or anything. Though if you want to sponsor me, hey, I'll speak good about the product as long as I like it. I guess this is free advertising. You literally don't have to pay me. You can print this PDF, which will be great. Anyway, I'm hoping this saves me. Ideally, would it be for the item? I was talking about the item. I also need to do something like this for my DM screen, but we'll see how. We'll see what I want to put on that DM screen. I've got ideas. To be honest, I don't use the DM screen a whole lot. Just because the rules are really kind of well established in my head. I'll need some for Bastion stuff in the new campaign. Oh, I should add that as well. So we'll see. Can I duplicate this window so I have this open? Yeah. I can create my own. Great. And then I can add up at the top. This is all marked down, right? And I can do why am I blanking? Right, like this, and then I can do all the stuff that they had before. How do I get columns? Oh, like this. Cool. Wait, hang on. Let's just see if this is really easy, and maybe I'll do it. Oh, I need to remember to close out of it. So we have this. Weapon, any symbol, martial, legendary, requires soul binding. You get a +1 bonus to attack rolls. Aspects of this item are unknown to you. Threshold 150. Can I add a break here? No. How do I add a break? Do I need to add a break? I'm also not a big fan of that, but can I change that? Maybe not. Oh, there's a properties tab? Where? I can change the theme. Oh, this is fucking cool. Okay, well that's a little simple. But this is fucking cool. Look at this. Journal blank PHB. I don't mind the white and black here. But look at this. This is so stylized. That's crazy. Anyway, this looks the cleanest to me, but this is just a text document, just a Word document. I don't know. Brother style editor? Okay, that's cool. Editor themes. Night. I need something that's a little bit easier for y'all to see. Dracula. Okay, I like that. And then can I zoom in? Through editor. Can I don't want to zoom in the window, because like if I zoom in the window it just gets everything too close. I really need just this window to have a larger font. Oh, fonts. Okay, I mean, there's so much here. Oh. I keep throwing stuff on my desk. Oh, there's already What's up, Altop? How's it going? There's already PHB stuff here? That's cool. How do I zoom? Oh well. You'll have to deal with the fact that this text is the tiniest thing you've seen in your whole life. Can I change? Nope, can't change anything here. Planning for my session tonight. I hope it goes well. What was I doing? Threshold 150, that's fine. This will have to change. So maybe I just leave it off, or maybe I leave a space here where they can write the threshold. Oh, that's what I should do. Okay. So I should have like a really basic block. I'm gonna pull up another window. This is gonna be the theme of the day. Last session ended with the party being sent back in time and nearly dying. Oh wow. Sounds exciting. My parties usually die for much stupider reasons than that. Like they knew that a character was a lich and they decided to fight the lich anyway. Two of the members got knocked out in one hit? Hell yeah. If you think about it, they shouldn't have been messing around with things outside of their control. Really, it's the player's fault. That's what I always say. Paste duplicate. Okay, I am opening... So I actually edited the stream where... the stream where I talked about this yesterday. Oh, they ambushed them? Oh, they shouldn't have been standing there then. That's their problem. No, can I open... Why is MSC not popping up in here? There we go. Cool. This tool is called Magic Set Editor. I was editing custom magic cards in here, but I also I also edit magic items in here for D&D. It gives you a really well-defined space to put all of the info for the item. Hang on, gotta find the music. Sure. For the item, and you know, I obviously don't own the text on this. This was, what book is the Hammer of Throwing in? I think it's Kobold Press Tome of Magic. Yeah. So, what I can do for... Oh, I've already got it. Oh, I'm a genius. I thought about this before. What I can do for this Dragon Tuner item is just copy this in here. Actually, I think this is the exact wording, right? Yeah, except for the 150. So I can just add the soul binding weapon as like a base card, and then when they first level up, because then this can be kind of hidden, you know? When they first level up, they will get the full sheet with the space for their XP for their item and stuff like that. That'll be fun. Okay, and then what is the attack here? I'm not even gonna write it, because it'll get confusing. Okay, cool. Then I was smart before, and I don't have to worry about it. Hell yeah. We can just leave this. And then I can add here a column, right? I think this is how this works. And then this will add it over here. Now the question is, how do I add like really big text elements? And I don't know. I know I can add images. I suppose I can add a block. There we go. Cool, and then instead of being any of this stuff, we'll make it, can I make it green? It does not look like, oh, I'll have to change the background. Right. And then probably the font size of this as well. So this could be, cool. What is, I'm gonna look this up in a different window. Hex color picker? Yeah. We want a green color for acid. Sure. Sure. Cool. And then how do I change the font size? I need to add space. I mean, like, it's just here, right? This is all just CSS, if I'm not mistaken. Font size 16 pixels. Oh, it's comma separated. Fancy. No? How does this work? Maybe it'll say in the, and then this place. purple header. Color purple text line center. Interesting. So block is double quotes. I like this. This feature's great. Injection, you can change the color of things. Cool. Less alt text. Class of purple and ID of book. Center text with a color background. The opening and closing brackets are on lines separate from the block contents, right? As a reminder, everyone, please do not advertise your Discord in chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Why is it not working? Would be this? No. It's just the font size that's throwing issues. Huh. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. So I can just throw spans in? Is that real? Because I do want this to be a block, so I guess a span doesn't really do anything. Replacement for span in div. Okay. Great. Fantastic. But why can't they add text size? Oh, is it because I put a space in? Am I dumb? Text size 16 px. That change? Hang on. It didn't. I opened Copilot. Why did I do that? Okay, back to this. Here. Bam. Bam. Now can I change the size of the text? 32 pixels. 75 pixels. It didn't change. Why not? Why not? Can I make it a heading? What if I did that? What if I... Oh shit. Wait, why did that happen? No. Open. That's a little better. I'm actually fine with this. There we go. And then can I change the, like, padding? Oh, I am in caps lock mode. Like 10 pixels? Oh, I added a space. Old habits. Hell yeah. Alright, now, that'll be padding, and then I need to adjust it with padding bottom. No, padding top. And this will be like, I don't know. 15 pixels or something. 20, there we go. It's so nice that I don't have to worry about this being... Nightbot just got someone. That I don't have to worry about this being... Why is chat overlapping? Oh my gosh, I'm so distracted. Does that mean Obsidian has been slightly too big this whole time? I'm so professional. Very professional. Cool, cool, cool. That seems fine. I don't like the color though. It's too green. Doesn't really do anything at the edges. Like, what are we doing, you know? That's fine. That's much more what I'm going for. And then can I do a... border... radius? Is that the... It's like 2 pixels or something? Is that what I want? There we go. That's 2 rounded, but like 3 pixels should do it. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. There we go. I don't hate that entirely, so... certainly there's all sorts of stuff you could do. There's notes, which are going to be great. You know what I could actually add to this? Is I will use this note concept here. Oh, I opened Copilot again. What? Why did that not paste what I copied? There we go, that looks cool. I'm still not a huge fan of the giant W here. I feel like I should change it at some point, but I don't know how. Boy, Nightbot really got someone. It's not even showing up in my stream window. It's just showing up in chat on my OBS. Oh, to the new follower, thank you. It's not showing up in Streamlabs, but... what's new? Vandy27, thank you. I appreciate it. Speaking of things not working, do my bits work yet? Did this get fixed? I heard it. Did that come through on the sound effects? Oh, did I not rebind my sound effects? Hang on. Hang on. Speaker bot. Screamer bot. Bro, I'm a ghost. Okay, I think it worked. That's enough getting distracted. I need to get back to work. Real work. Should this be green? Can I make it green? If I add this, can I do background green? Oh, I broke it. I can do background green. I'm a genius. I'm such a genius. Would it look better if this were in the note format? How do I get rid of this bar? There's like a yellow bar under it. Oh, because this is a heading. It's not text. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Here's how I might want to do this. What is the span formatting that it talked about? Oh, it's span if it's inline, right? So if I do this. Wait, how do they do that? I see how they have this set up. So then it's something space. Right? It'll be like XP, comma font size colon 32 pixels, comma, and then what I want. Yes, here we are. Right, can I do comma font weight bold font weight 300. Is that valid? I guess they don't have that set up. Okay. 32 40 pixels. 50 pixels. Yeah. And then bam 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 bam. Nope. Hell yes. Okay. This is cool. I'm getting kind of jazzed on this. I was already jazzed. And then when right. Okay. So what I need to do is build out a complete version of the Dragon Tuner item. All of its works and stuff. Oh, I also need the leveling condition to go on here. Why is my mouse? It's like there's something gritty on my desk. Is it stuck to the bottom of my mouse? I think it is. It's like a little piece of dust. Okay, under this. You know, I'd planned on, like, designing some bosses or whatever, but I'm just so hyped about formatting documents lately. I didn't expect when I started my job that the best part of working at my job would be developing front-end stuff, but I really do like all of the little, like, CSS formatting. I like how awful CSS is now. Like, it's just so nasty and gross. CSS is the crawfish of computing. It's really good in the most inconvenient way possible. Like, crawfish's whole thing is they're too small and they're annoying. Because you want to eat it. Like, it tastes really good, but you get like a little bit of good and then you're like, I gotta break open another fucking crawfish again. And you do it like 30 times. Well, maybe for me. I'm sure you guys eat a reasonable amount of crawfish. Man, I wish I had this stuff in my apartment to do a crawfish boil without burning the place down. Maybe when I move, I'll set that stuff up. What was I doing? I want to add another thing here that's like XP condition. And then it'll just be unknown. Can I add a line? That's HR, right? Is a line? Let me see. Isn't that usually a line? I feel like it's usually a line. What am I bad? Home brewery, line break, there we go. No, not a line break. Just a line. By default, V3 horizontal line rule, HR is said to be hidden. Oh. Okay, why? My style's at. Wasn't that like right here a second ago? Oh, here. No, style editor. And then if I go back to brew editor, here we go. Let me just paste a temp style in here. There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, cool. Can I make it green to fit the rest of the document? Oh, I closed the hex picker thing. Damn it. Everyone, I think I might be stupid. I've got the hex code right here. I was just not paying attention at all. I'm very stupid. Okay. 3 pixels is fine. Visibility visible. Okay. Now I can also change. Well, I don't really want to change the title up here. It's a little bit. It'd be too much green. You need a different color. I wish I could get what color this is. My example.class. No, stop that. Okay, let's go back to here. Something I could also add. Oh my gosh. Dot note. I can just add the background color and make things a little bit more simple. I opened Copilot again. Someone's got to keep track of every time I've opened Copilot. Just on accident. It happens a lot. Okay, does this automatically save? Or does that have to be dot page? Dot page, dot note? Yeah, yeah. Cool. Now under note, I need to add a space for what will it be? It'll be like XP condition or something. Something stupid like that. XP condition. And then it'll be likewise just blank. Why did this add an HR? That's not right. This should not have. If I throw it into a span, will that do anything? No, that didn't fix it, did it? Why is it not treating this like text? That's very strange. Oh, I guess for now I can just set it to like unknown. And then this also needs to be formatted. So here's the thing. This actually can't be it. Can I make like a comment or something? Does this have the same comment block? Yeah, as HTML. I need... Let's jump back to... Oh. There we go. This. This needs to be the EXP condition, which means I need whatever this is to be the same size. So certainly not, certainly not this. That's what, size 16, so it should be like 32. Yeah, that's fine. And then this can go in a comment for when I'm ready to use it. And then I can line items center. It's text align. that work? No, there should be a block. What block is this? Cool. Is my tea done? Can I drink this without scalding my mouth? Cool. Great. Now, oh, you know what I should do? I should change this to go, normally the requirements go at the very top of the document. But if I made that the description, and then we add this here, and then we add a break, so you can see this is a different section of text. Then we add another break here. Oh, we definitely want this to be a new paragraph. This should be fine, right? This reads a lot better. You get your fancy formatting that describes the item. Your text that tells you how to use it. And then your description of what the item does. And then we've got some XP information up here. Sorry you really can't see this. This is kind of buns how... I guess I could zoom in more, but then it's really hard to see on my end. I guess this is fine. This is like a good mix of what we need. So my idea is that when they know the condition, I can just like take a piece of paper and like sticky over this. So I will print out the other version where this is commented out and the block of text describing what you need is right here. And then once they've learned the XP condition, they can just get that on the sheet. That'll be the same for all of the leveling info. So let's see what I can do about that. Oh, I kind of want to make color prints of these as well, which will mean I have to take it to whatever store I print my documents at. I won't tell you. It's soup. It is. I am here. Soup. The upsetting. That'll be my magic card when I eventually have one. Here. Here. What does my magic card do? We can take a distraction break. That's all of the stream, though. Soup. The upsetting. Legendary creature. No, human food? Maybe not. Maybe just food. Legendary artifact creature food. I'd be at least a mythic. No, I should be at least a rare. It's funnier from rare. What does my card do? I don't know. We'll think about it. Yeah, magic. I'm so excited for... I've got a pre-modern tournament coming up, which I need to practice for. If I weren't so focused, maybe I can make food tokens. I do like food tokens. They're my favorite kind of token. I'm so focused on making these magic items come to life that I haven't been able to practice my pre-modern deck at all. I'm running green-red burn. It's I don't think it's a very good deck, but it'll be fun. Okay, now if I hop into Obsidian really quick, well, you can't see because I am omnipotent. I can now add leveling info. Actually, let me just grab a shit ton of other stuff. Maybe 5 can go on here. Problem is I haven't filled these out yet. Right, so we've got all of our levels here. The formatting's gonna change a little bit from what I had. DMing is time consuming. I've spent like 10 hours so far and I've not gotten as far as I wanted to. So this would be level 1 to 5 on this side. We'll do level 5 to 10 on this side, and then 10 to 20 will be a separate sheet. Back to Obsidian really quick. 6 to 10. I can count. We'll go under this line break here. So now, we're all set up. Do I want these to be... No, these should all be one level higher. There. Cool. That's a little bit better. And then what I will do is for each of these, I will go through and I'll do the same thing I did for the EXP condition here, where I comment out, or no, I don't comment it out yet. I take a block, I drop it below this, and then I guess the size. That's about right, I feel like. Go like 35 pixels, that'll be fine. And then I comment it out. And we don't know, but instead of unknown, it'll be threshold. I also don't like this at all, but it's fine. 0 XP. This isn't a good one to choose because obviously this is dumb. Why would this be like this? This should have padding instead. Padding. 16 pixels of padding. And the text size should go down to 16. This needs to be italicized. And do I want this text align centered? What are my text align options? I know you have left, right, and center. I wish there was like a move this a few pixels to the left option. I know I can do it, I'm just too lazy to do all the formatting. What does it look like if I choose left here? Oh, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I like this. Now, I did pick the worst one to do this for, because obviously I'm not going to print up a thing for level 1. You start at level 1. Level 2 can be blocked off. Level 1 can be dropped to here. Yes, this is for a campaign I have coming up. At the start of the stream, I gave a rundown on what these items are. These are special magic items that are bound to the soul of the character. And they permanently eat an attunement slot. So they can't be transferred. And they level up based on specific conditions. So the characters are milestone leveling, and then their items are XP leveling based on a specific category of thing I want to happen in the game. So like this item, the Dragon Tuner, levels up based on how many draconic enemies you kill. And then there's another item that levels up based on visiting new locations and exploring them. And then we've got another item that does not level up like this, but does get more powerful finding loot. So just incentivizing them to not only engage with the story for milestone leveling, but also engaging with all the other aspects for everything else. Yeah, a bit like Skyrim with the shouts. Obviously a little bit more involved. Because theirs was, it just got more powerful. This does kind of off color things, I guess. But now that I can add these thresholds. Okay, this is cool. I like this formatting. This tickles my brain. So now threshold is 150 XP. I can drop this. And then whenever he levels the item up, I can just give him a slip of paper with this text on it, and he can sticky it over on his sheet, and it'll be like, it'll be good. It'll be just like it leveled up. This is kind of hype. I'm excited. Okay. Now, for level 3, we need to do the same thing. Here. This needs a little bit higher padding, I think. So like 20? Sure. Because this ability does a bit more. It's not necessarily more powerful. This one obviously is way bigger. So, oh, this also is not right. This should be 300, right? No, it's 450 for level 3. Let me drop this here. This threshold is this many XPs. And it's got to take up this much space, so I need to change how I do the padding. Padding takes four values, which is top, left, right, and bottom, I think. So to be uh-oh. That really screws with the formatting. Can I just change this to a really large value, like 50 or 70? No. Okay. So we need 20. Can we do 10? I don't want to go through all of the padding options. This is annoying. Padding, CSS. I know you can assign them individually, but it's going to take up a ton of space. Okay, top is the first one. So this will be like 70. Then right, which will be 20. Then bottom, which will be 70. And then left, which will be 20, I guess. These are spaces. Okay. Shoot. XP. Its ID needs to be... fourth? And I'm going to take this away from it. And that's going to go in the style editor. It'll be page 4th. Tab. Did that work? No. Why no work? Why no work? This seems like should work and not working. Fourth. Fourth. There we go. Wow, that's too big. Or maybe big enough. Hang on. Remember in your minds how big that was before. I think that's pretty close. Yeah, we'll keep it, Level 4's threshold, did I not write that down? It's in my Obsidian notes. Level 4's threshold is 1350. Why does... 5ths? Level 5, this is not correct. I pasted it to the wrong spot, because I'm a genius. I'm a genius in dumbass's clothing, you know? Hang on. Why did that have commas in my Obsidian document? Oh, because I formatted this stuff at like 3 in the morning. That's the one thing that's great about having sleeping problems, is that when you can't sleep, you can just work really hard. But that's also the bad problem, which is that when you work really hard, you can't sleep. So, I think I'm on the right track. Well, I know I'm on the right track. This is what I wanted. I set out to make a very good carrot for my players, and I think I've achieved it. I just need to follow through, and everything should be fine. I also like that this system kind of gives you a clue as to when the big levels are going to be, because it leaves it blank with a lot of space. So you know whatever's going to go in level 4 is going to be fucking interesting, at least. Okay, I need to get some tea before I perish. That's nice. I'm gonna be awake all night if I keep drinking that. Okay, let's hop back to this magic card and see what we can come up with. First off, a casting cost. What kind of casting cost would Soup the Upsetting be? Probably not black. Probably not. I'm not very amoral. Or at least the character I play in stream is not amoral. Certainly blue. I feel like I try to be blue, and then I come across as red. So definitely probably is it, right? You are. I could see an is it. Because this is the classic, like, smart but stupid combo. And red is the passionate color. Probably not white. There's not a lot of... Yeah, maybe it just is it. I'll leave it as is it. We can analyze this further later. Oh, we also need an all-time soup quote. Someone think up an all-time soup quote. What is my mana value? As soup? Soup don't attack. Soup is bowl. No, that's a good point, me. Defender. Soup don't attack. Soup is bowl. Kinda got a lot of bowl, though. Maybe like a 04? Alright, we'll come back to this. What next? I figured out how to format this stuff. Very cool. I will do the rest of the formatting off stream. Because I understand it's very boring. Editing CSS in a text document is not good entertainment. Unless you're a computer nerd like me. So let's hop back to planning. We can come up with... I don't actually think I showed off what Homeward Bound does. Again, if you're in the party, definitely don't watch this. Spoilers. Level 1 gives you an innate sense of direction. I think land druids get this as well. Maybe not. Maybe this is a different magic item that gives you this. This is good in a survival campaign, but this is not a survival campaign. This is heroic fantasy. They're gonna go fight God, and they're gonna lose. This music goes hard. This is, oh, what song is this? It's in my stream deck. Remind me later. This is Moon and Star by Vintegatten. You can find their music. I actually need to put this in the description for the video when I'm done. I have their license. It's pronounced Vintegatten, but it's spelled Wintergatten. You can download their tracks and music for free at vintegatten.net. They have a free license. The guy who did this, not all of it, a select portion of their music is available for free with a license as long as you're transforming it in some way, and you do some like really basic credit stuff. It's awesome. I love that I can play this stuff on stream. This was my favorite music when I was in high school, and having the ability to play on stream is very cool. I made a community post earlier. I don't know if it comes across. I really love music. Made a community post earlier that says, if I can open it, if I could play Cassiopeia on stream without getting muted or a strike, it's literally all I'd play on stream. So, like, if you make a really good album or soundtrack and I really like it, and you give me the ability to play it on stream, I will. It'll just be free marketing. You can have free marketing. That's fine. Cassiopeia is the best. It's the best live performance I've ever seen. I wasn't there in person. I was not alive. Is their performance of Galactic Funk from, what's it, 86? What is this? Let me find this. I've watched this video like 100 times. Oh, it's not, the date is not credited here. Oh, it is. It's, yeah, 27th April, 1985 at ABC Hall in Shiba, Tokyo. This is the best performance of live music I have ever seen in my whole life. It's literally brilliant. Okay. Back to D&D. I keep getting sidetracked. Level 2, the melee attack deals an additional 1d4 lightning damage. I have never... Well, I probably have heard the name before. I don't know who that is. So... maybe? If they've played in a band, I might have heard of them. But I'm really bad with names, so there's that. Level 3, once per week. This is the kind of do-nothing, in quotes, level. Once per week, you may cast one of the following without spending a spell slot, which is Good Berry, Create, Destroy, Water, Tiny Hut. These spells are all great in survival and not very good in heroic fantasy, but if I give them the option, they'll use it. He's bigger on the same time as Cassiopeia, but he still tours. That is interesting. I will make a note of that, and then I will come back to it. Like, actually, hang on. Can I open my notes? Sticky notes. Microsoft, why do you want my subscription to use the Sticky Note app? They're really making it easy to move to Mac, huh? Don't send them any no, don't personalize. I want to type in a document. I should switch to Linux. If Linux had all the software that Mac has, I'd do it more. Okay, where was that with no. Ooh, let's do Brain Age music. Okay. At level 4, you get the Mounted Combatant feat. The compass evolves. You can now speak a command to transfer the compass into a mechanical horse. This mount uses the Warhorse stat block. The horse is killed, it transforms back into the form of the compass. So, this gives them another option. I don't expect our Barbarian to be on a horse much, but if it ever comes up, this is, I think, kind of cool that you can keep a horse in your pocket. Something I've not mentioned, which isn't important, because our Hank character, who will carry the Dragon Tuner sword, is going to be a Dragon Rider, so he doesn't need a new mount. But he does have a skeletal horse that he carries around in a bag of holding. What if it was a bear? What if it was a bear is a great question. That is peak. I'm thinking about, because that does go well with one half of their character, which is that they are a half tiefling, half orc. But they're also a sea-themed character, so horse makes a bit more sense, I think. I'm going to keep it a horse for now, and I'll discuss it with them and see what they like. Okay, I will get this stuff ported into that new software soon. What else do I need to do in here? Also, I need to save it, right? Let me hide this so that you can't see when I log into this software. It's this one, right? No, that's MSC. There we go. Control A. Control C. Cool. How do I save this? Can I save it locally? A land shark? I don't know. Probably not. I guess I could log in. Yeah, I'm just logging into some accounts. If I log in, this all saved. Log in with Google. Home brewery. There we go. Why is it saying I'm not logged in? Maybe I don't understand what's going on here. Wait, what? This is very strange. I'm just gonna copy this stuff into a Google Doc and call it a day. I know you can't see what's going on, but you'll have to live, because I'm doing account management. It was asking me to link my Google account, and then was just breaking, so I guess that can't be helped. There we go. Formatted, that's formatted right. Cool, cool, cool. Back, back, back. And then new... I can resume the draft. Oh, that's cool. And now if I re-enable this screen... Hey, we're back. Okay, new from blank. Oh, no, duplicate. Cool. And then I can from blank, yep. So now, what I need is to create some new pages for my DM screen. So this is for a session this weekend. This is not part of that campaign at all. Same group though, same group. And I need some properly sized GM panels. I don't know what I need to put in here. Probably some information pertaining to NPCs or such, so let's see about that. I need to turn on the light just so I can see what's in front of me, and I'll be right back. Okay, now in all honesty, I don't use my GM screen much. I use it mostly just to give myself a space where the players are not, like, on top of me, you know? Because it gets a little cramped. I'm in a small apartment. Can I change the page size here? I can change the zoom level, which is not what I want. I don't think so. I guess I could just make really scaled down versions. So the effective page size is like 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. I guess we'll see. What do I need on a DM screen? Maybe this isn't even worth my time, and I'll just save it for the campaign that I'm building for, like, Bastion rules and things. Because I've got most of the rules just memorized. I think I'm actually going to leave it blank for now. And then over the next few sessions, I'll just write notes on what I thought was a pain point and add it to the screen from there. Okay. Let's hop back in Obsidian then. And, oh, I should put the Elder Scrolls Arena music in my playlist. What do I need to add? Okay. We need to start thinking about campaign structure and villains and things like that. Because I think that'll inform something. There's going to be an overarching structure. Hey, again, I'm going to reiterate this. If you are part of the party, please don't watch this. We're getting into mega spoilers for the whole party now. So let's be cool. For my players, I will include you with a lot of the campaign planning stuff. But this is behind the DM screen. That's what I should title this series. That's a good name for a series. Someone can steal that. I'm probably not going to actually do that. Okay, let's just make a new note. Campaign structure. Okay, so how I'm going to break this down, I think, is going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, and then part 4. And then these can be my major headings. Right. And then we're going to have the overarching plot line. No, why did it do this? So what's the overarching plot line? What is the theme or the goal of... Well, I guess I could start with theme. Maybe that's not a bad idea. What if I start with theme? What would my theme be? Okay, this music is getting on my nerves. So we've got 3 characters. They're probably a good place to start. One of them is trying to reclaim her memory and get in contact with her patron. One of them was a sorcerer, got stuck in a different dimension than his home dimension, and has now lost his magic in favor of a more martial style of combat. And then one of them is a castaway who has found himself in a very different land and is trying to return home. So what would the theme there be? It's not like survival, right? I could say discovery. I feel like most of my campaigns are about discovery. A lot of what I would think of them as is discovery based. Maybe the theme could be consequence. Or consequences. And I could really emphasize that every action that they take does have a legitimate story outcome. Because it will. So it's not like they're discovering some hidden secret of the past. Because they're going to do some of that in different campaigns. But this is very much a... Though you may be selfish in trying to achieve your own goal, you still have to worry about the repercussions of your actions. I kind of like that. And I like that I'm giving them so much input into how things are going to be laid out. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Consequence. Did I spell that right? Yeah, probably. Okay, let's start at the end. Who's gonna be the big boss? Now, notably, it's the big boss. It's not the big villain. I don't even think they'll meet the big villain in this campaign. Or what's the conceit? What is like the one sentence summary? Or just, I guess, brief summary. The High King is trying to summon a great serpent to destroy the continent of Drago. Okay. I can also link this. There we go. Here's the Drago campaign structure. So at the end, okay, so the players can't stop the High King. This is in quotes, because this is actual spoilers on who this person is. Like, spoilers enough that I won't even reveal it. So they can't actually stop him from summoning the Great Serpent. Most of the work to do that has already been done by the time that they're even on... that most of the characters are even in this dimension. Also, if you've never seen it, we can go here. This is the campaign setting. This is the continent that they're trying to save. No, what if I just convert this document to here? What if I just convert this document into here and I drop the other one? There we go. And then when I go to my graph view, no, that's, here we go, Dragil. So this is kind of where we're at, is this branch out here. So at the end, the party fights the Great Serpent, right? And for the later parts, for part 1, we'll get much more in depth, but for 2, 3, and 4, we're going to keep it a little bit, you know, mile-high view on what we're doing here. So then, in order to summon the Great Serpent, this High King character is going to enlist a few different groups to perform rituals for him. So the first that I've decided on is Tiamat. Did I spell that right? I hope so. The second is, and I can float parts 2 and 3 to different spots, is Church of Null, or the Church of Black, sorry. And then the third I've not decided because we've not worked out our other characters' backstory. We've got 3 parts, we've got 3 characters. They're themed around the characters, right? So part 1 is themed around our Draconic Blood Sorcerer turned Dragon Rider character Hank. Part 2 is themed around our Null Patron, which I haven't seen it. I think I did that last stream is where I added this stuff in. I created a Null Patron Warlock class, or Warlock subclass. That is very powerful, and you should not run it in your games. They're fighting Tiamat in part 1, so they have to be at least a little bit strong, or they'll just die. Where are we at? There we go. And then part 3, I don't really know who the big overarching boss of part 3 is going to be, because that involves Ripley's backstory, and I have not talked with my player enough about what Ripley's backstory is going to be. Last time we met, we decided on some, like, half-orc, half-tiefling, great axe, compass as a magic item, and then I haven't seen her since, so we'll need to discuss a bit more about that. But for now, this is fine. So now we can dive a bit more into Tiamat. I may actually add them to our gods. I don't really want to show what's in this folder because it's spoilers, but yeah, maybe I just want to show this for a second so I can add some stuff and hide some stuff. This one? Yeah, there we go. New folder. New folder. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Alright. Cool. So now I've got a tab here for old gods and new gods. The new gods will include Tiamat and Lack, who are important for the story. Let me just make sure I'm spelling Tiamat correctly. I am. If you don't know who Tiamat is the god of dragons, of chromatic dragons, in D&D. And she's very powerful, like a CR 30 creature. Sorry, I'm just reading a little bit. Of the Forgotten Realms lore. The Tiamat in my setting will not be in the Hells per se, but kind of. So, the way this works, and I have this in my head, which is why I have the Obsidian document to hopefully write this stuff down now. The way this works is, for my setting, we've got this Dragil continent here. This is the continent of dragons, the land of dragons. And Bahamut, who is brother to Tiamat, rules this portion of the continent. So this is kind of the good/neutral aligned space, with some area down here being relegated for, you know, crystal dragons and elemental dragons being kind of spread throughout. And then over here, this island is the chromatic dragon land. And they're at war, because that's how the dragons be doing it. Somewhere on this island is Tiamat, who rules from a spot where the Hells overlap with the material plane. And then Bahamut just built a city out here. So they'll have to travel to this place to go get Tiamat. I don't think they're probably not going to kill Tiamat. I don't think they'd be able to pull it off. They'd probably die. They're starting at level 5. I expect them to leave this place at level 10. So, yeah, they're definitely not killing Tiamat at level 10. I had a reason for saying all that, and I just forgot it. Oh. Tiamat, if I can click on this page, has some underlings. Oh, I was going to add a page. I did add a page for Tiamat. What do I want to write? Queen of Chromatic Dragons. Chromatic Dragons. Rules from country of Barrow. Okay. And now I need to add that as a country, because the first time I brought it up. Country, new note. Barrow. Location. This is on Dragil. There we go. And now in the Tiamat document, we can add Barrow here, and if we go to the graph view, we can now see we've got Dragil, we've got Barrow, we've got Tiamat. Tiamat has underlings, so let's add a space for that. Now, I'm probably not going to name all the underlings, because she'll have quite a few. But getting down to the bottom of it, and I don't actually think they're going to fight all the way up through the ranks. I think they're going to discover that there are outcrops of Tiamat's forces in a region they're not meant to be, and then they will find some way to just skip ahead, because they have to fight everything. That would just be a campaign about Tiamat. We can't have that. We gotta kind of skip forward a little bit. So what could we do? I should say I'm not planning everything. A lot of this stuff's gonna be week to week. So like there's gonna be some days where I just, you know, like 3 hours before a session, I write up a dungeon, call it a day. Who are Tiamat's direct underlings? I imagine like bands of dragons, right? She probably wouldn't associate much with mortals herself. Okay. She should have 5 dragon underlings. Which are probably in here somewhere in the Forgotten Realms wiki. I don't need to think too much about this. I can just come up with names later. So like 5 bands of dragon army or whatever. I don't know. I'll fill this out more later. So one of them will be the white one. We'll have the red, the black, the blue, and the green one. White, red, black. Oh, hang on. Blue, red, green. Okay. And then they will be fighting the forces that are led by one of these two. They're gonna have to fight a white dragon along the way. So I imagine I'll just say that they're like, that you don't have to be a white dragon to be in the white dragon band. It's just led by like some great white dragon, right? Let's have red be the band because it's most recognizable, right? And I'm not gonna fill out most of these, so somewhere along the line, we're gonna have a character called Tavia. This is how my sister spelled it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a character that died in our Prelude campaign on a different dimension, and I'm just gonna bring them in here, and they're gonna be like the head of Act 1 of of the campaign, because I think it'd be very funny. Oh, I can't even pull that up here. Let me see if it's in my D&D Beyond list. That is how she spelled it. Alright. So, now I am planning out Act 1. Part 1. Act 1. Are these all 2? No, these are 1. So now I can, yeah, I can make these smaller. This is good, because I only need part 1. This will cover like a year of playtime. And if you're planning 2 years out for your D&D campaign, you're very hopeful. You've got that light in your eye that tells me that you haven't been broken yet. Okay. Part 1, Act 1. I don't know how many acts there's gonna be. Probably 3. I usually like 4-act structure, but we can do 3, that's fine. As you can see, there's 4 parts, so definitely do have a bias. Okay, Act 3 is going to be fight Tiamat. Fight in quotes. They're gonna do... Instead of fighting, I think they're going to disrupt a ritual. Of course, the party's going to be too late to actually disrupt the ritual, but they'll be able to disrupt another ritual that's in tangent to it that is setting up something else to avoid spoilers. Essentially, the way I think of it is this event is fated, but the quality of what this is changes based on their actions throughout the campaign. That's how I'm going to break it down. So, it's the one break of consequence, I guess, because there's just some things that they're too late for. But there will be consequence, in that disrupting this ritual will have an effect on the final battle. The same way that carrying out certain things in Act 1 will help them disrupt this ritual at all. Act 2 will be about gaining... I spell this wrong? Gaining favor in... Where's that place that I designed? I don't have the... I need to add this stuff in to my images, right? For Harrow. Platina, that's right. Where was I writing that up? There we go. And then Act 1 will be about, like, discover the plot. So, this is like we ramp up, we do a political arc in Platina, and then Act 3 is, you know, we go disrupt this ritual. That'll be cool. I like this for part 1. We can break down Act 1 a little bit, because obviously there's going to be even more. The whole thing is always kind of fractally, where you zoom in, and you can keep zooming in, and you get more and more and more and more detail. At some point we kind of got to stop. So let's hop back to, I guess we can go to people, because there are some, yeah, we could do NPCs. I will specifically add a folder for villains. Villains. I didn't spell that right. It doesn't even know what I tried to spell. Is this not how you spell villains? Sure, that's fine. Villains, and then one of our villains is going to be named... I'm just gonna reuse old characters. Let's go. So some of these characters were from old dimension that they get transported to. And now things are kind of playing out similar to how they did before, but different. So before, they played through the starter set, and they were like, we should just keep these characters because we like them, but we need to move to a different location, right? So I have to deal with the consequences of what is it like traveling between dimensions to different campaign settings that, like, you can overlap them and you can kind of see the same characters, but they're very different. And maybe what does it look like when you discover your other dimensional self in a plane? What's that gotta be like, I wonder? So I'm just gonna reuse some of the villains from the Prelude adventure that they did to be the Act 1 menagerie of villains. And I can make some slight changes. So I'm imagining that this one character, Octavia, is the kind of leader of the gang that is assaulting this section of the country, right? And then under her, she's got 3 groups of underlings. Or maybe 2. Maybe 2 groups of underlings, one of which is... Let me pull up my notes. This is in my D&D Beyond custom stuff, my homebrew. The Cursed Spellwalker. But I'll change it. So in the old version, or the Prelude, in Prelude, this guy was a crazed arsonist who was hired as an assassin. That was hunting down the party. Because they messed up things a lot and they had to atone for mistakes, so they got hunted by assassins the whole time. It was a good time. In this version, I want it to be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Mutated. Spell tongue. I want it to be like, this guy is still the crazed maniac that you met in Prelude. But now he's mutated to be the tongue of a dragon. And so instead of being an arsonist who's like running around burning things down, just trying to like do as much damage as possible, now he's constantly being burned alive inside the mouth of a dragon that he's in control of. That should be grim enough. That should be gruesome. I think they'll... I think I'll like that. I don't know what they're gonna think. I think they might be disturbed, and I'm okay with that. Okay. I guess I should write up a short description. Description. I don't know what I'm actually gonna call this, but I'll call them like hands. Hands of Octavia. Mutated into the form of a red dragon. It takes the shape of its tongue. Humanoid form. Come on, form. Now it takes the shape of its tongue. It's constantly burned by the breath of the dragon. So, I think it should come across. As though this new form sort of fits his vibe. Right? We can dive a bit more into this. I think I can set this up in a really fun way in the first few sessions. So let me add a new folder here. Sessions. New note. We'll go like session 1. I'm gonna do some session 0 like test combat and things here. I've already got these planned out. I just want to see if their level 5 party can actually stand up to this stuff. They should be able to. They should be. This is some third-party content creatures. We'll see what they're able to pull off. Okay, back to sessions. I won't write all of my session notes here, but there's a note I want to add about Hank discovering the Obsidian Dragon. So he's playing a Dragon Rider. It's going to be a... He said he wanted an Obsidian Dragon, so we're doing that. And so in session 1, he'll discover this Obsidian Dragon, and his kind of formative arc will be will be in play. So what I plan on happening, my idea, is... I guess I'll just play this out. Party is chilling in their bastion called... What is their... what is the bastion called? The monastery. None of them are monks. It's called the monastery for a lore reason, which is that they're assuming a building that once belonged to someone else. That's all I'll say. A young red dragon, and this can be a young obsidian dragon, right? This doesn't need to be a wormling or anything. I need to look at when their dragon companion becomes size large. Wait, here we go. Companion. Size increase, third level increases from medium to large. Okay, yeah, they'll be at level 5. Now obsidian, dragon. Fly overhead. The obsidian dragon doesn't have a name yet, so I'll have to wait until my brother gets that information to me to add that. Foxit's rider. This is gonna be a kobold. It's kobold rider. Or no. It'll try to. Crashes near the monastery. The obsidian dragon tries to fight for its freedom. So the chromatic dragons are completely under Tiamat's control, so anything Tiamat wants kind of goes with them. So Tiamat can convince the kobolds, obviously because they're simple, to collect chromatic dragons and add them to her army. But for also blah blah orbs of control, that or orbs of dragon kind, that thing, right? For the gem dragons, in my setting, they're just not gonna have a controlling god force. They'll be like mutation type dragons, things like that. So in this case, the obsidian dragon would have been captured, being forced to work for their army, and it would actually be traveling from the spot where it's captured to this kind of like locus of control for the gang, chromatic dragon gang force in the area, right? Or their military force. I guess it's not really a gang. Tries to fight for its freedom, but is losing. Begins a telepathic connection with Hank. Because plot. Bloodline. Cool. And offers to assist, or not assist, offers loyalty to in exchange for not being enslaved to chromatic dragons. And then party kills red dragon. I don't know. Actually, I can change this. Red dragon escapes or flees, not escapes, flees if below half health. And then this is the inciting incident. So now, at this point, if they decide to go into combat, if they don't, things can kind of continue. They'll just re-encounter the military presence until they pick up the lead. And I guess they'd have to pick up his dragon at some point later on. My party is very good about just kind of going with it. And they'll be like, oh, there's a dragon. I bet we could tame a dragon, right? They tried to tame the last dragon. It didn't work. It did not go well. So I see them jumping at the chance to do this, right? I'm setting this up here to make the point that if a red dragon flees this combat encounter, and then they encounter... Where did I write that down? And then they encounter the mutated spell tongue later on, and it's taken the form of a red dragon. It would be kind of cool if they like walked up to this dragon and they're like, it's just a red dragon, and then it opens its mouth and there's a screaming, burning humanoid inside that's like crazed and trying to kill them. I like that. We'll have to figure out how these two places link together. I've got some ideas. Cool. Let's add a new note for the villain of Arc 1. Part 1, Arc 1. Octavia Donius. There we go. And I need to double check and make sure my Tiamat this link actually works. There we go. Underling of Octavia Donius, right? I guess I can give her a really brief description. So while I'm laying out a lot of stuff here, this stuff, I'd say for every hour I spend on stream, I've spent like I've spent a few hours. I fucking hate that I can't count to 10 anymore. This is bullshit. I'll spend a few hours outside of stream, just with my head down, like blasting music or having a stream open to the side, or like eating dinner, or on my lunch break. Just writing more stuff, doing more research, learning some more mechanical things. Like today during my lunch break, I read all of the rules for Bastion creating, because I thought, well, if we're gonna have a home base that they're gonna have, why don't I just do a session where they build themselves? They each build a Bastion, and then they link them together, and then that is the main location, because then they get so much more input. And they also get a input on like a central plot location, which will be fun. Okay. I should like let them design NPCs too. Just like pick an NPC, it'll show up in Act 1 somewhere. Okay. Boy, my voice is really wearing thin. What is this on my desk? It's a wrapper for a thing. Okay. Octavia. The head honcho for I don't know. Region of Harrow. Harrow is, just to be clear about locations, Harrow is this area of Draghill. So from here to here. They all rhyme. It's a when I built this, they where is it at? Harrow. Oh, Barrow's not on here. There's Harrow, there's Barrow. Oh wait, you can see him here. So not all of them rhyme, but like Pharaoh, Sparrow, Harrow, Marrow, and Barrow. I thought that was fun. I just got bored about names. There's Mest and Best. That'll be confusing. And there's Duskull, which is not related. I don't know what happens on Duskull. I hadn't gotten that far in the lore. But I imagine whatever goes on there will be, like, creepy. Maybe this is where all the weird, like, swamp dragons from all the third-party books will go. You step into a grove. There are 30 swamp dragons. Die. Okay. Boy, you'll have to excuse me. My throat is really chewed up today. I like how this has all come together. I can even add some more links to this. This is a really handy tool, not just for visualizing what a world looks like at any given stage of development, but it gives you a goal of like, well, I know that this country kind of sideways links to this country, and I want to figure out how those two go together. So like for this campaign, I can say Act 1, or I can just say Act 1, what is this heading? Location is Harrow. Description. Right. Act 3. Location. Location. Barrow. And then its description. Description. There we go. And now when I go back to the graph, things exploded wildly. That was fun. That's the Grand Plateau. Here's the Draghill campaign. Here's the Gravestone Isle section. I get really into planning a campaign that I can't run yet. And this is like the starting city for that, so I was just going off and building a bunch of starting city stuff. But now I've moved on. to, well, no, not like greener pastures, but certainly different pastures. So this is our campaign marker, and now we can see this is related to so the continent of Drago, which has these locations, right? We can see the characters and how they relate to things. And all this stuff. Cool. Now, let's jump back to villains. So we got our mutated spell tongue of, and this is Harrow. Did that not load? There we go. Why is it not working? It's Honcho, not Hancho? Interesting. Why is this not working now? It's definitely in there. Maybe it's this. Yeah, it is. This was causing issues. Okay. And then we're gonna have a, so how do I describe it? This will be like a creature boss where you're fighting a just a creature in a field with some boss fight gimmick. What did I do? How did I do that? I didn't press a button. You'll just have some boss fight gimmick. This is going to be much more involved. I don't spoil anything for the players, just in case they do watch. So I'm not gonna get too far into that. We're going to have Paul Murphy. This was a fan favorite, not a fan favorite, a player favorite character in our last campaign. For being the trope of smooth-talking NPC who tags along on the trip only to betray the team and be a secret assassin or whatever. He will be described. Description. Here. This guy also has a team under him, though. Should I run it like that? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'd have like a one other. Maybe it'd be 4 and then Octavia. So we have Rock. Rock is an orc. But is also an underling. And then we've got Owen Null, who is accompanied by a white dragon named Corvain, which is the same white dragon from the starter kit, Dragon of Icefire Peak. But when they went to Icefire Peak and they fought Corvain, they got Corvain to half health, and then it kind of phased. There was like a weird temporal or dimensional phasing that happened where random white dragon from this place got swapped with Corvain and Faerun, and that kind of like cracked the door open to like let them through to this plane. There's more to it, but that's the basics. And on old plane Faerun, Corvain was working with an assassin that was trying to kill the party. So it only makes sense that they found each other again in the new world that we're doing. So here they get to like a replay of the old boss battle that was laid out for them with some slight differences. And then they fight Octavia, which will be fucking bananas. Maybe we'll spoil a little bit, because I think this idea is just really cool. Octavia was a player character who got killed by Hank, this guy. Here. And when he was killed, or when she was killed, it was because, you know, he kept casting a thunder wave in a enclosed room. So now that she's dead there, I'm going to steal her character. But on this side, obviously she's still alive, but so is Hank. And I'm going to make it very... I'm going to make this character very sadistic. And just like... this version of Hank also lost his magic when interdimensional stuff happened, and now she... like, it'll be bananas. I'm hoping that the players are going to freak the fuck out. That's my whole goal. Well, I think with all of this. Okay. I think this is a good spot. I'm going to leave it for now here. Let's do something else, huh? Why is... oh. Acrobat was open for some reason. I'm thinking let's play some Hollow Knight. Just a little bit to cleanse the palate. Keep my skills sharp. O5 Redacted, thank you for the follow, I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, Streamlabs is not updating me about anything, so... I wish I could, thank people timely, but I can't. Oh, I don't want to click on this. I wanted to change it. It would be very funny if I beat P5 in a stream that is about D&D. This screen looks different. Did this game get an update? I think this game got an update. Why is it blue? Okay, let me just get my controls back under me. Why is my attack not working? I feel like I should be able to attack right now. Let me just warm up. I also can't attack here. I don't know what's going on. It's registering my key press, but I think maybe my control got reset somehow. Attack is now bound to 7? Weird. There we go. Quit being up on the walls. Yay, now I get to fight a reasonable number of enemies. See if I still got it. I should still have it. I don't see why I wouldn't still have it. Oh. Damn. Ah, they disappeared before I could pogo. Damn it. Alright, not bad. I've done worse. What else do I need to not progress, words. Probably Nosk. The Winged Nosk. This boss is brutally difficult. Because if you'll notice, that's the only time it gets in close enough to really do much. And oftentimes when it does its dive attack, you're a little bit too close. So yeah, this is just tough. There's no healing windows either. I mean, you could probably find one if you were really lucky, but... Come on. Like, the hitboxes are just strange. I find this boss to be incredibly frustrating. Okay, wait, hang on. As a reminder, please do not, advertise your Discord in Twitch. Thank you. I appreciate it. Or in YouTube. Come on. I don't even know how I'm supposed to react to that stuff. Come on. That's right, I'll say it. I'll be the not coward here who will tell you the truth. Winged Nosk is way harder than Sisters of Battle. It's not even close. Not even close. I've died to this boss probably more than any other boss. And I've practiced this boss a lot. I killed the Sisters of Battle, like, immediately. Not immediately, it took me like 2 tries. How many tries did it take me to kill Nosk? Like 4 or 5? And I've been able to do it 1 other time since. Okay, I guess they're gonna ghost summon. Maybe like a Sharp Shadow build could do it, but I really need this build for everything else in the game. That... Also the spitting acid thing, where it's very difficult to determine where things are going, is extremely frustrating. I think I might rather fight Zote twice in a row than fight this guy at all. And it's so slow, this fight. Wasn't I in shadow mode? How did I get hit in shadow mode? Oh my gosh. I'm not at all helped by the fact that I go into that boss with like 4 health. Oh wait, hang on. I changed the title. There we go. Whoop, Hollow Knight. Unfortunately, the boss that I actually need to practice is the Oblob. Oblobble. Come on. What the hell? This boss, I have great contempt for this boss, because how are you supposed to keep up with anything going on the screen, you know? Like, I've even looked up how people do this Radiant, and it's basically just random. You just kind of get it when you get it, you know? Which is not quite how I like to play the game. Oh my gosh, I forgot. In this section of P5, you also have to fight Uemu, which is the other worst boss in the game. What? How was I supposed to defend that? I mean, I really don't mean to be super complainy, but this is one of the few bosses I think is probably just poorly designed in the game. Because I can understand having a gimmick like Uemu, right? And just the gimmick does not work particularly well. But this boss is pretty... I don't want to say unexcusable. This stuff should have been kind of caught, I think. It's clearly... It's DLC kind of filler at the end, so I see how this didn't get play tested enough. I'm starting to get it. Okay, let's go practice Umu. Okay. Wait, why are the... Oh, I thought it would do the other one. Okay, do the summons. There we go. That was a good spot for it. That's great. Can I even get up there in time? No, not really. Oh, I'm gonna die because I can't see the screen. At least you don't have to hit her a ton. That is the one saving grace here. I think I just need to go slow and be less bad. That's usually it. Just go slow, be less bad. That's right, I'm fighting them Ascended. Mom didn't raise a coward. She raised a sentient bowl of soup. And those are almost the same thing. Yeah. Oop. I know I'll perform a lot better if I have fun playing the boss, so I just gotta have fun with it. Treat it as a challenge, a right challenge, and not get too tilted. Oh! Okay. Oh, it just gets a fuck ton more health because of the way that it is. Damn it. Come on, for reals? Really? Ooh, let's go. Okay. I feel like I'm starting to get it. Okay. Let's fight Umu again. Alright, go ahead and call in your minions. Nope. Go ahead and call in your minions. You know, if Umu was smart, she just wouldn't call in her minions. Then what would I do? Then I would just die. Right? You feel me? Okay, got her. So it's just about playing smart, not being overly stupid, not rushing into things. And when the time is right, extreme violence. Now, here's the question. There be a door here. And if I complete a certain number of challenges and I get the icon up there, I unlock what's in this door. The question is, do I want to do that? So, but I've done soul binding. Can I do shell binding? The question is, how many masks do I actually need to pull off a win in any of the pantheons? Oh, I forgot that he existed. Now I just heal back up to full. And I just don't get hit. And then we just win constantly, and we're fine. If I don't get hit, I don't need masks. You know? Oh, come on. Really? Heal. I'm so hyped about those magic items I designed. Cool. With the graphics and everything, I mean, that takes it to a whole new level. So fucking cool, dude. Oh, that's where these guys come from? Oh, I'm so fucked. Yeah, I'm fucked. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do this one with just masks. No. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. What about Pantheon 1 with shell bindings? Oh man, OG Vengefly King. What a treat. Vengefly King and Coat, stop summoning. I was just singing your praises. Quit being an ass. What if I can get up on top of it and like... You just summoned nothing. Where are your kids at? Do you know where your kids are? It's 8 p.m. Get them the fuck back in your house. Your little shits are out at night causing mischief, and we can't have that. If you do not know where your kids are, call 911. Because of course that's the line you call when your kids are missing. This is so much easier without the other arena. Hey buddy, how's it going? Aw, he's upset. Oh no. Are you upset? Are you upset because I won't let you smack me in the face with a hammer? Aww. He's so cute. He's trying to hit me in the face with a big hammer so my face explodes. But I can't let him do that. Now can I learned something about the massive moss charger, which is if you have good timing at this phase, you can just hit him a bunch. Okay, let me actually get through that so I don't die. You don't actually need to wait. You just smack him back. Of course, you need quick slash to do it. Or more knockback. Nope. Okay. Cool. Great story. Thank you. Second half. Ooh, Gorb? Oh, hell yes. I'm Gorbing so hard right now. You've never seen more Gorb than me right now. Literally the Ascend boy himself. Oh. Okay. We do in fact ascend. We all ascend down here. Now we got the Bapunda man. The Doma man himself, in the flesh. Doug Domadome, king of the Dimsdale, the Hollow Nest Domadome. One time I killed Doma Man while he was underground. I managed to like just perfectly time it so he died while he was underground, and I had to wait for like 10 minutes for the game to realize that he was stuck. I didn't even know it was possible. It's very funny though, which is all I care about. Okay. I bet you my full audio of my microphone is just me talking and then clack, 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 clack. Because that's all I do. It's just clackety clack on my keyboard. I will say this boss fight in the other arena is way more fun. It's a little bit less just like wait for him to get close and stuff. Oh, am I gonna die? Oh, shit. That one was going well. What bosses left? I don't remember the Pantheon 1 bosses at all. Where's my mouse? Oh, it was right at the end. Oh, should I just do that again? Yeah, I can do that one again. That one is easy if I'm not being the doofus. Oh, but I have to go through the slow boss again. Come on, come on. You know, I still haven't managed to beat Radiant Vengefly King because 2 of these guys is actually difficult. I mean, it's not like crazy difficult or anything, but it's much more difficult than 1. One of these guys, Radiant, is like boring, but it's fine. 2 of them is there's so many particle effects on screen you can't really see what's going on. If I were a coward, I'd just get rid of the particle effects, you know? But Mom did not raise one of those cowards. Mom raised the fool. I don't know why I'm suddenly Slavic when I talk about my mother. She isn't. Our folks are from West Virginia, so... West Virginia... I got hit by... Did you know that song's not actually about West Virginia? It's about Western Virginia, Virginia? That's some lore I learned. I feel like I've proved myself pretty competent at the smaller bosses, and I just don't want to fight them as much anymore, dude. Can I just fight these bosses less? Doing the same, like, 5 bosses over and over again is so boring. Such boringness. Come on. Let's make this a little bit less boring. But I can't do it. I cannot do it. Nope, they won't let me. Oh, I got hit. I should make a mod called Less Boring Pantheon, and you only have to fight all the bosses once. Except for P5, which is all in a row. Because that's the game. That just defeats the whole purpose of the Pantheons. Oh! Hey, what the heck? That was some strange behavior. Why am I in the corner? What is going on? I need to heal. I got a Dedist. Hey, Snack, I'll go to bed later, okay? Thank you. My cat wants to hang out. Come here. Yeah. Snack? What's up, buddy? Can you say hello? No, you don't want to talk, you just want to hang out? Oh, I wish you could see Snack right now. He's just chilling. He's just chilling. Oh, are you okay? You need some attention. Yeah, or don't fall asleep, okay? Because I gotta put you down. Alright. Love you. Wait. I'm now covered in hair. Hoop the Gourd Man. The OG Ascender. Or no, probably not OG, but like... first one I met. The first Ascend boy. Gorb is like that one guy you knew in high school or college who was really into crypto. And then it turns out he was right about crypto, and it really did explode. But now he's all washed up because it, you know, dropped 20% today. Do you think Team Cherry would like that characterization of their IP? That Gorb is the crypto bro of Hollow Nest? Probably not. I can't say they would. Oh, I glitched the game again. Team Cherry. Dad's back. Dad went out to get milk and I didn't see him for a few months, but he did come back. Just like he promised. Thanks, Dad. I killed him. He's dead. Oh, I'm thinking about Doma Man being my father. Okay. Crisis averted. Moody Malak. Oh my gosh, his reach is so long. When it's not on the flat ground, you really have to be careful about where you're attacking and when. Otherwise, you kind of get wrecked. Come on. Why did that hit me, game? Cool. Now for the hard, final boss. The boss what is final. Hello, teacher. Have you considered changing your ways? Or mayhaps changing your name? Oh, come on. Come on. For... really? Really? Okay, let's see if I can do it. I might have to practice these guys Radiant. Wait, what the heck? He didn't do his ult. Weren't you supposed to be ulting? Why is their range so far? Oh my gosh, really? Okay, let's go cross something off my list. Which is Oro and Mato Radiant. I don't think I've done it yet. I haven't even beat them Ascended yet. Hey, game? Come on. It is so hard to get away from these guys when they're doing their, like, normal attack. You have to be so quick not to get hit there. And even then, good luck, you know? Come on. And it really does feel like this first section is all about the spells. How was I supposed to have dodged that game? You teleported him into my position. I couldn't have dodged that if I tried to. Which I didn't, because I didn't see what was happening. So there. I guess you just jump immediately when he does this attack, and you try to get, like, over top of it. I can't react fast enough, game. I really can't react fast enough. It's quite annoying. Why am I not healing anymore? Oh. That's why. Oh my gosh. And he teleported into the air. They jump so fast. Okay. It's all about reading them quickly and not perishing a horrible death. Ah! Okay, I don't know where I'm supposed to go there. I got boxed in. I think my goal for tonight will be to beat these guys, and then I'm gonna go maybe edit, I don't know. Maybe I should go do my dishes, huh? Rather than being a scumbag, a tomfooler. Come on, how am I supposed to dodge that attack? I can't see into the future. I tried, it doesn't work. All I got was this sick DeLorean. Oh no, that's going to the future. Fuck, fuck, come on. I thought you guys were supposed to be my friends, and now you're fucking hitting me? It's very rude. I understand you're godly or whatever, but come on, it's so mean. You couldn't have thought to do anything else but hit me? Your friend? We are friends. You just hit me with an overhand head strike with the biggest weapon in the game. Could you be any ruder? Could you be any ruder? No, I don't think you can be any ruder, because you guys are assholes. Quit, 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 quit. No. Okay. Come on. How am I supposed to dodge that? That's where I was. I couldn't move. I see why I hadn't done this Ascended yet. This is frustrating, because I can't dodge out of the way of that attack. I guess the answer is just don't be there, which feels so lame. I know the lesson with these guys is you're supposed to wait for your time to strike. That's kind of like the whole point of their gimmick. But I just want to go fast. What am I supposed to do about this? You're where I'm standing. There's nowhere to go. That's where I am. Stop being there. Just good proof, I guess, that if they wanted to, they could design bosses that steamroll you. Just put 2 or 3 of the same boss in. They all just hack and slash, box you into corners and things. Game dev is easy if you want to absolutely terrorize people. Oh, I was just a pixel off. Come on now. I can't move out of the corner. I'm being boxed in. How am I supposed to... Okay, you were behind your brother. I could not see that you were going to attack me. I feel like I'm fighting a very quick brick wall. Which, depending on your view of brick walls, I guess is good or bad. Okay. Come on. Come on. I tried backing up. This guy's got reach long enough to touch the Grinch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no one thought I was going to make a 39.5-foot pole joke. There's a joke in there about the size of the Grinch's penis, and I'm not going to make it. But it's there. It's haunting. It just lurking, you know? That joke that no one's making. Come on, let me out. Cool. Well, that's them ascended. Now there's only one thing left to do. I have to fight them. Radiant. Which means no hits. No takesies backsies. No bullshit. Come at me, whichever one you are. I'm here to tango. But this dance club only does the limbo. And I can't fucking dance. Don't hit me. Oh, I'm inside of his hitbox. That would have hurt. Okay, smack his ass. Smack his ass and run away. Oh, I didn't react in the millisecond I had to get out of the way, so I perished a horrible death. I'm not tangoing anymore. I think I'm out of tango. Hey, you know who I did beat ascended? Markoth. A very... I mean, crowning achievement. If I beat this guy Radiant, I could no-hit P5. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there. My voice is ravaged. My spirit is broken by the brothers Oro and Mato. And it's getting kinda late. It's my bedtime, so I think I'm gonna call it here. And give my voice a break, because if you can't tell, it's going away. I've spoken too much. This is my body telling me to shut the hell up. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. What does the streamer say when the